Like, it shouldn't be a last pick throw from Archon.
By wasting the bolt and having no mana, you should almost always be able to get rid of the Flame Guard. And that's almost all of Ember Spirit's offensive potential, right?
Bluff. Imprisoment's back off cooldown, and Moon, like, if JO could just get in range here for the Imprisonment, they kind of got it, but they throw the arrow out anyway, and the damage, it will be enough. The Bat Rider will drop. And First Blood still at like 2/3 of his life. But this time it works, and Whitebeard's already on the rotation to mid.
They need he wants to help this out if possible. And this is pretty much the perfect timing. The Ember Spirit has a little
top lane.
Spirit's
down. Stun's gonna land from Fly. Miracle. He's got lands off cooldown in 1 second time, and Crit. Are they gonna go under it? The balls are down, so they're gonna slow up Crit. And Crit's taking way too much damage from that tower. With the ball that's still there, Crit is actually going to go down to the Beastmaster. Miracle's dive is able to ensure the off-laner killed, but Beastmaster is still the one as an off-laner that finds that kill. And on bottom lane, Moon hit by another arrow, and this is going to be the death of the Bat Rider. There is no escape from this. It'll be a 3-for-1, and the only kill OG of Bluff, but he knows that Whitebeard is on the hunt for him, so he can play more defensive, or then again, the arrow from Whitebeard is maybe a little bit too late. Nope, it hits the mark perfectly. There's still the stun from Fluff as well, so Moon will die once again, as Jero claims his second kill for the game.
They made
Crit. Crit's playing like classic Jimmy style.
Crit.
Hide in the trees, don't reveal yourself, but now, no, he's dead. He's gonna go for the stomp, but Fluff is still far enough away. Crit doesn't even have the mana TP out, and again, they let the OD take the kill.
Because they know, they have to know. He's behind in farm. You have to let him take these if possible. Like, even despite the killing speed that he's on, Miracle's ahead of him.
Spirit jump, Monkey's gonna have a crack here at No-Tell. Where's that arrow flying in? It's gonna be perfect. No-Tell, he actually continued his line with that arrow. Must not have seen it.
To get some farm in the jungle, so things are still okay. And you've got the Miracle Phantom line, you're getting absolute free farm, which is never good.
Jumping in again on No-Tell. Thunder God's Rant's gonna pop out, but you got both Magic Missile as well as the arrow. No-Tell almost finds a fall, but Crit, he gets enough damage. Ember Spirit will be the trade-off.
From game hand for OG, the laning phase has really not gone as well as they had expected. Archon's done a pretty good job there, but OG, they kind of seem in their comfort zone still.
Spirit jump. They're going again on mid. The arrow flies in. No-Tell. This time he'll dodge it. The Flame Guard's burning him down, and what a stomp from Crit. No-Tell's got his lightning bolt ready, but they go for the double stun. Fly actually curving that impale. And he's able to pick up both the heroes. Lion takes one, Zeus takes the other, but Thunder Colt holds him there.
And No-Tell just lines it up. He waits. Fly TP's in with the Ravage, essentially.
Is Moon up against this kill on bottom lane too? With the Raw, the OD ulti, they're trying to kill Moon up so quickly. They're able to do so, but you just expended 2 big ultimates to ensure that kill. You get the initial stun, throw the Spirit out, and boom. Monkey's gonna walk into it. So Fly starts with finger, lightning bolt. Exactly where Miracle's gone. So it's going to be Raw into Arrow. Now they've got multiple Miracles to choose from, and even more of them. As he doppelgangers himself away from this one. The Starfall, they reveal the real one, but they actually go onto the wrong one. The Raw is available, but the arrow hits. It's point blank range, they just use the Spirits to finish the rest of the job and hold on to that Beastmaster of the entire Radiant jungle. They made a big circle around it from, I actually think it was Miracle that drew it. Now playing Glasgow, they found Miracle. Finger of Death and the Pult from Zeus. Very quickly following up, JO to the front lines with Monkeys, trying to find revenge. The Spirit is down with the Stomp as well. Muthor caused a hell of a lot of damage here. JO with the Orbs, it's not just doing enough, he needs one more attack in the move. The Sound protects him, 16 HP. He'll end up surviving until Beastmaster spoils the fun. So he'll catch out one, OD Imprisonment, but JO, he's in pretty deep and Miracle just waits for him with his friends. There was not much the Fluff and stuff could do. He already burned his swap and didn't have enough mana at the time. For Magic Missile. Are they going to go for the loop around? Or do they run at him directly? Like a defensive Spirit is down, for Hawk is getting a lot of vision for Archon, but they're ready to Blink Flash through. JO's going to die before this fight even begins. And without him, it real numbered fortification will make at least the seconds last a little bit longer as Whitebeard attempted to denial. Not going to happen, PL hits the target. And Crit's already got his Spirit out in the field, so if Archon want to fight into this, they've got to be careful. But Crit, okay, hit by arrow and he's left for dead. OG has just abandoned him, they accept the loss.
Yeah, OG wanted, or Archon originally wanted to smoke into mid and take the objective of the mid tower. Like look for a mini skirmish.
Looks like they're forcing it again. Like there's no lasso up, so Moon doesn't have that control factor. And Notel's also very low on mana. The arrow flies up and fly. Oh, that's a good 5 second stun. VS, but she's swapping Notel back in again. Allows for a double ulti from Jo. And OG, with 3 heroes now on the sideline, will lose their tier 1 tower and mid. Moon cannot stop this from happening. But how much more can Archon take from this?
Middle tower has fallen.
Not much more.
So Moon and Fly both expend their ultimates to try and get that kill. And unable to do so, but Crit's now on his way in. Throws down the Spirit. If he looks for a good stomp position, this is kind of it. And then he can follow up into the splitter because Jo, he's kind of locked with the follow thumb. Fly takes that kill. Moon's got a little bit of space to get out of here with the Flame Ray pushing Whitebeard back, but the arrow, Crit walks into it. So again, he's going to get Ice Age. The Necro Books will take off most of his mana and also a lot of his life. As the Beastmaster will find that kill, but now Miracle joins the fight. Moon is going to get shredded apart by all these PLs with the help of the Zeus nuke. That's a big streak to end, but Miracle, wow. Monkeys can just come in from the side. Ryan's still finding his stun, going to find his second kill for this fight. And then Notel, he's completely out of mana. Fluff's got the swap back, and Notel, he's down for the count. OG, a 3-for-3 trade-off. Fly, he can just jump in nice and quick, and he's going to be able to. Monkeys drag back out, and Finn is down. Does he have enough damage? No, the OD imprisonment. Jo will buy him time to Spirit Away. Chris looking for the stomp time, but it just wasn't there until the Thunder Gods wrapped from Notel. That'll find the kill, and they jump forward. They do have the Moonlight Shadow protecting Archon for the moment with Lightning Bolt. They reveal him up at Moon. He'll go down. Beastmaster finds the kills. Necro Books, they burn off all the mana. Fluff will swap Notel into more peril underneath that tier 2 tower. So 2 heroes lost for OG for the bit. Kind of missed his line there for a moment. He threw the arrow, but it hit Roshan instead.
Gets Thunder God's Wrath, so they're gonna spot everything. Miracle should know I'm being a hub too.
Oh, Miracle just blinks forward. Jo, okay. That was quick. Very efficient. And even on bottom lane, they catch up Monkeys as well. 2 huge core pickoffs from OG. Allows them to walk through this Obs and Sentry, but OG's still here. Actually, they don't have the PL. The PL backed out. Chris to get Steering Chain, Thunder Gods Wrath will trigger, and Jo under the cover of the BKB. He'll 5 hit down Crit. And they're looking for another target, but OG are just bailing out. Blinkers kick off the back of Moon, but didn't get the combination with the Steering Chain. So no targets out. And they're in too deep. Whitebeard is actually underneath that. Perp Ward and Fly punishes him. That extra range thanks to the Ether Lens.
Completely avoid that.
Here they come. Fluff with his own blink. Swapping out Moon, but Monkey's a little bit late. He's going to blink himself forward. They get the Searing Chain on Moon, but there's a lot of support available with OG. They're bailing out. I think Moon will be left for dead. They drop down the Sandy's Eclipse. And now that's the 9-second BKB burn from OG. The arrow's going to fly in. That's going to be a very short arrow. Yeah, it doesn't even reach into Roshan. And Jo, Spirit jump. He's in on top of Roshan. Fight a Searing Chain. Takes that low. Roshan killed by the Dire. PL does grab the Aegis Immortal. And Monkey will burn up underneath the power of that PL. But the rest of OG outside the pit were just nuked down. Whitebeard's going to go for another arrow. Miracle sees it coming and will dodge it. JO's blink is still on cooldown. And a nice you initiate on him, knowing that the counter initiation is going to be so strong from OG. But if you don't, you lose your racks.
How do you really fight into this? They have the glyph available. I don't think Archon should just let this fall.
There's just Thunder Gods Wrath Moon. He actually got the pick up. Dragging back the OD, no buyback. Without him for 70 seconds. Beastmaster also a lot of hurt. The Necro units aren't doing enough. A miracle. Remember, he's still got this Aegis the Immortal. They can dive in deep. There's a Beastmaster buyback available, but really, what's he going to be doing now? Like, he can be the Aura, but this top rack is gone. Like, maybe they buy back if the other racks are threatened. But without the OD, they just don't have that power anymore, and Notel's trying to force the issue.
They still have the Aegis though, and they don't have buyback with the OD.
Whitebeard's dead.
OD or if the OD had buyback, he would have used it by now, and OG are aware of that.
Yeah. So they can just push it. I just rotate over towards the mid. Miracle doesn't even care if he does.
A miscommunication there. The Avenge wasn't able to get in range to swap out the OD to help him in that situation, and he got bursted down so quickly. He needs the time to be able to get the BKB off if possible, or even Astral himself so he can blink out and get into a better spot. OG are going to lose this Rex presumably too. There's no glyph available and they take it so quickly, just behind Miracle.
Yeah, 10 seconds is just too long. If they lose the Hemisphere of Fluff, has to sacrifice himself. He's actually lost the gem as well, so Moon's going to steal that from him. So mid-Rax is gone. top rank is gone. The Beastmaster with the OD is up, so there's kind of like one last hurrah that they could have right now is the Ember Spirit and the OD. Need to find something. Beastmaster Warrior is out. There's now, oh no, they left dude onto the BKB OD, trying to get him out of play. The ETL lead will have no real effect. The Fanny Slip is also the same kind of thing, and PL's all over him. That should be the game right there. OG have put the Ember as well as the OD back into the grave with no buybacks available. They'll rotate down to get the safety mega creep by taking up that bottom lane of Rax. And, well, there really is nothing much more that Archon can do to stop this OG train.
It was slow and it was methodical, but eventually OG, it looks like they're going to get it done. Who's going to get chased down here too? Still has the buyback available, but with no Ember Spirit and no OD, I don't see a way that they can conceivably win this game. Archon, a much better showing this time around, but they just lost cores when it mattered, and the laning phase really didn't shake up. Like, Blue died a lot, and they probably thought, okay, that's fantastic, but at the same time, what did they gain? Their OD barely got any farm. I know you're laughing about the low storm squad.
It's not just that too, it's the fact that Moon decides to attack the Spirit first. Like, he's actually taking out Liquid and doing a lot of stuff, effigy, as opposed to taking out the Max as well.
You really gotta drive the dagger in.
Yeah. OG make a bold statement, 2 games in. Like, even though, like, you're not gonna say OG were as dominating as MVP were, they still seem very, very clean, very methodical, and not a lot of things that you can probably expose. Like, you could battle against them and say, hey, we can like manipulate this part of OG's draft. Like, they feel very stable for their first series.
I completely agree. I think that it doesn't really